Put this on the podcast. I might have a chance to say the sex line.
Welcome, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Journeymen podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 in losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the Fantasy Football Journeymen Game Show. Bobby, how many yards was John Elway's The Drive? Wrong. Jason, how many games did Walter Payton miss over his entire career?
42.
Incorrect. Shit. Ryan, how many touchdowns did Dick Butkus get over his entire career?
6.
Incorrect. Bobby, who caught the catch in the 1981 NFC Championship game? Incorrect. Jason.
Oh, Dwight Clark. I knew that.
What player coined the term sack?
I don't fucking...
Incorrect. Ryan, what player famously left his helmet in the locker room and missed the first few plays of Super Bowl 27? 8. Can't read.
Booby Miles. I don't know.
Incorrect. Bobby, who was the first tight end inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Ditka.
That is correct. You are the winner of the Fantasy Football Journeyman Game Show. For that, you have $1 million being owed to you by one Jason Wojcik. And also, you have bragging rights.
All right. But hold on. The Elway one, was that 82 yards?
Incorrect.
I was going to say, Bobby got a couple layups on him. I knew that. The Dwight Clark one and the Mike Ditka one. I mean, I knew those.
Okay.
And now, at the conclusion of this game show, we bring you to the Fantasy Football Journeyman podcast. Here we go, boys. Take it away. Show him what he's won.
That was a great intro. Can't believe that Bobby won the game show with a Chicago Bears answer, nonetheless. But welcome to the Fantasy Football Journeyman podcast. I'm your host de Pied de Resistance, Woj. We got
Ryan.
And you got Bobby.
And we got Aaron.
Aaron behind
Do a little
the
intro.
camera. Yep. Behind
The camera. So we've been hitting on a couple different things though. Off mic. Some couple topics that we gotta bring up at some point here. But the game's in its infancy. Who you got winning? We got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Saints.
I don't know. They're both kind of...
Pick a team. There we go. It's one or the other.
I don't know. Fucking Jaguars. I don't know. I don't give a shit.
Right.
As long as the D does good.
I'm on the Saints wagon. Aaron, who you got?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Big money riding on
This is like the most blah matchup. I don't know. Like, it's...
Well, I don't think so.
I mean, it's not like they're bad, but I'm just like, I don't have a feel for
We have
either.
a 4-2 team and a 3-3 team.
I don't got a feel for it. I'm just
Okay,
saying,
that's
like,
fair.
that's what I mean. Like, I don't know.
It's look. Can we just say it's Thursday night football?
That too.
And leave it at that.
That
I mean,
too.
Yeah, it's just, and I don't know why Jacksonville, just these games that they play in, I don't get it. The Thursday night, Sunday, they're always a morning game over in London.
Yeah, they've had
Usually
a couple.
12 o'clocks. It's just a shitty schedule for them. I don't like the Jags ever because they're playing so goddamn early in the week.
Yeah.
But oh, Jesus Christ, almost done.
Get it together.
All right,
You're going to get injured just by clearing your throat.
Okay, Mr. Questionable does rise again. But let's get into the bets part because we want to see. Let's win some Monopoly money.
Monopoly money. Okay,
What do you got? What do you got?
I got the under.
And this is called Bobby's Bets and
Bobby's,
Woj's
yeah.
Wagers. Forgot that.
I
That
got
was
the
title.
under at
No, I'm kidding.
39.5. I got
the-
Etienne doing 50 yards rushing, Olave 40 in the air, and Kamara 25 on the ground. And I picked up a prop bet that was out there, or a boost where they say Etienne gets 40 rushing yards and Alvin Kamara gets 3 receptions. That pays out 2-1. So I definitely see that happening. 40 yards on the ground and Kamara getting a few receptions from Carr.
Yeah, dude, I definitely think that was it's a safe bet. Everybody just has to play. It's such a fundamental concept that like all your guys have to just play the majority of the game.
Just play a little bit, yeah.
And again, easily doable.
Yeah, ETN's been great this year.
Is that your only one, or you
No,
got?
I went through the first parlay one. That was
Okay.
a prop bet, and then I got some other like $1.50 ones that aren't.
Anything other a little bit bigger?
The payout on this one, so each team to score 1 touchdown and 1 field goal in each half. $2.50 bet pays out 92.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
But
upside.
then again, we have 2 teams that historically have been defensive driven and they don't score all that much. You look at their, points for versus points against. Both strong defensively, for what it's worth. So,
No, I
we'll
definitely
see.
understand it. All right, I'm gonna just minor quick and sweet here for Woj's wagers. I took the under. Still trying to shape the strategy here.
Yes.
Thursday night games, I think historically, as we're kind of saying, they historically score lower. Not a whole lot of shootouts on Thursday nights. And then Derek Carr over 235. I'm kind of iffy on that. Etienne, 35 rushing yards. Olave, 35 receiving yards. Thomas, 4 receptions. Anytime scorer. Kamara. Kind of went the same route with you. Safe bets. Nothing that's going to
The
really.
235 for Carr, though, that's making me a little nervous.
I mean, I believe in Carr.
Do you, though? And,
Can you say why?
yeah, I'm curious on that.
Weapons.
That's, you know what? Okay.
Am I wrong?
Okay, he's got a lot of outlets. I'm just saying I wouldn't cash in on him pulling it off a fourth, quarter, 2-minute drive. I really wouldn't.
I mean, he's a solid quarterback, but
And
I mean, I don't know. I guess he hasn't had as many weapons. I mean, I don't know. He did have Devontae Adams last year.
have a little confidence
and-
in some of your answers today. You've been like, yeah.
Well, because I was thinking, okay, like he didn't have as many weapons on the Raiders, but last year he did have Devontae and one of the best receivers, and played with him in college. I mean, and he still was kind of like, serviceable, but not amazing. I don't know, like middle of the pack, maybe back towards that. What do you guys think? I don't know. Like he's
Valid
Yeah,
points.
It's a shrugging of the shoulder. I don't know. It's
I like that. Good response.
no, for real. Like I'm kind of indecisive. I don't know. It's just not a guy that I'm like sold
like
on.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not sold.
I wouldn't
Ooh,
I wouldn't be
that
like
looks
mad
good.
if he was our quarterback, but I wouldn't be like stoked on it and be like
true.
he's fine. He's like a placeholder.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I would not. I'm not starting Derek Carr. Which let's get to the fantasy.
Okay, and especially
Carr-
fantasy wise, definitely not.
I'm not starting him. I believe that he can get 236 yards.
Right.
You can do that. No touchdowns, maybe. I don't know. But the fantasy guys that I got going in this matchup is Sat Trevor Lawrence. I have Olave going. I have New Orleans D going, which has just got ran by.
Is that Etienne?
ETN touchdown.
Etienne, nice.
Etienne, I said.
And then I also have the kicker, Groupie.
Group? I don't know.
Is that what we're aiming for? That's the goal
I think
on this
that's his
podcast.
name.
Get a few of those.
Groupie.
Yeah, you could be right. I don't know the name, to be honest. I
No
don't know
name
the
guy.
kicker.
I literally don't know I don't even remember.
I
what
should have
team
put
he
that
played
out there. ETN scoring a touchdown. They always give it to him in the red zone.
He's had a good year this year.
He's having a great.
I really wish I would have taken him. I was kind of down on him, but
That could actually segue eventually. I know we're going to talk about it. Some lackluster.
yeah.
If we want to go that route.
Yeah, Ryan, hit us
Ryan's
with your
regrets.
fantasy.
I was just like, yeah, Ryan's regrets. I was just thinking of guy.
No. Like the.
Oh, my guys. Okay,
guys
never
go.
mind.
Oh,
Never
yeah,
mind.
and
That's
then we'll
fine.
get to
Tease
your
for later.
regrets.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
taste for
we need to fully
Fantasy
discuss.
guys that I have Jaguars D going tonight. I didn't know if I was going to play him or not. I also have the Pittsburgh D, and like I was telling Bobby, in our league, we don't count yards against, just like turnovers and points allowed.
So they're
and,
bolstering their numbers. All right.
yeah, well, but if we didn't do that, the defense would be getting like 4 points or some. I mean, I don't know. It's the same for everybody. I like it, but anyway, either way, they're both among I think the top 10 so far this year in our league.
I think it creates a false pretense because when you're bragging to your friends like, "Oh, I got 128 points this week," you have nothing driving down your defensive score.
I don't really care how much I score, just as long as I win.
I'm just saying the
Yeah.
conversation has a different weight to it, knowing that out of the gate, like you're pretty much getting 10 points.
Well, we did
no
do
matter
that, but we
what.
did nerf the kicker though. We only get
Oh,
we only
okay.
get 3 points for every field goal, no matter what.
Okay, so those 4s and 5s. Okay.
No, none of that. So I think like it's a little bit of a check and balance right there.
Release the kicker.
That's what people want.
Disagree.
I am the only person that has multiple kickers on their team in each 4 of my leagues.
I like having a kicker
I
position.
love
open.
options,
Yep.
baby.
I got Jacksonville's D if we're going fantasy.
Was that it? Jacksonville.
That's all I have. Yeah, that's it.
And I'm against Olave, so
Okay.
Oh, actually, sorry, I have Kamara in one other league, but not the league I care most about.
I gotcha. Okay. I mean, again, really low fantasy impact here. You're not playing people on Thursday anyway, at least if you can help it. Excuse me. So, we'll move right along to the I mean, I like to kind of insert this segment though every kind of week.
Let's
I got
do it.
state of the Bears, state of the Packers.
Okay.
So Ryan and I will obviously give our takes on the Bears side. Bobby,
Sure.
Senor
Sure.
Packers. Ryan, you can go first because I got to think about mine.
We suck again. I mean, we already sucked, but we had a win, so I guess technically we suck again. But, I mean, Fields got hurt, and he's got the dislocated right thumb, I believe.
Yes.
It's his throwing hand, and that's not good.
Ooh.
They got that Bagent, what's his name? Bagent?
J-Rock?
I don't know. The backup
Backup quarterback?
Yeah.
J-Rock, yeah.
Bagent playing,
From
I
Trailer Park
mean,
Boys. Google it.
could be okay. I don't know. The Bears this year, like I said, it's not their year. Right now, we hold the first 2 picks in the draft with our pick and Carolina's. That would be great if we could keep that up. Let's just keep that and just.
That's such a defeatist attitude.
I mean,
hate
but
it.
then we're not
I
going
absolutely
anywhere.
hate it.
Do you think we're gonna make the playoffs?
I like that you just settle for the fact that your team, it's not even halfway through the season that you've just pretty much
It's
paved
done.
the path for
Yeah.
your future.
That's where I'm going to kind of go with it. Is that like there's still time to do something good? I'm not optimistic about playoffs.
Playoffs? We're talking
Uh,
playoffs?
But let's still see how the season goes. The biggest question that I have is like, let's say Justin Fields doesn't play the rest of the season, like just through
Off
injuries.
a dislocated.
No,
Okay.
off of other injuries or like, hey, he has a
All
bad
right, so
game.
he's out of the equation.
And then you go to the Bears offseason. Like, do you end up
Do you draft Caleb Williams?
getting another
or-
quarterback?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you? But I'm saying if Justin Fields plays, you have to see what he does, right? What if he lights it up? Not right this second, but like maybe like the last 4 games of the season. It just is a tough thing to judge it right this second. I want to kind of see how week 14 through 16 kind of play out before we see.
I mean,
it's over.
I'd like to see more Fields, yeah, for sure, to know what you have in him. Like, that's important to know, like you said, for next year, if we're going to be going in every direction or not, if we're going to sign him to a long-term deal, a big deal.
Right.
You got to see what he can do. Last year it looked like, he was trending upward, and then this year he's been trending downward, so I don't know. At this point, it's hard to say.
All right, we'll throw it over to Aaron. Aaron, what do you think? Are you still with us? Oh, was he doing something? Oh, shoot.
I was doing something.
Trying to make this podcast work. Yeah, go for it, man.
A lot of behind-the-scenes work here, which is what's not happening over at the Chicago Bears. So what I think is going to be just more heartbreak and disappointment as we go through the season. A lot of stats I've been seeing is comparisons of win-loss ratios as well as employment records of coaches over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So not looking good for the future of the coaching staff in Chicago. The real question is what big changes are going to be made. And as far as within the season, if history tells us anything, no big changes happening within the season. Only going to happen after in the postseason, and we'll have yet another rebuilding year coming for Chicago.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Chicago's never fired a coach midseason. But let's find out what Bobby thinks about the Packers.
Can I just throw one other thing
go
in there?
ahead.
Just a nice comparison between the Chicago Bears and also the city of Chicago. It's kind of like the roads in Chicago. They're always under construction.
Great analogy.
Hey, Aaron,
I
is
like
the
it.
air conditioner fucking the...
It's probably not great.
Can you just shut it off then?
Would you like me to hit it with a wrench?
It's right around the corner if you just reach your arm.
Behind the lighting fixture.
Just right like that.
There we go. Guide
You
him.
can't reach it. It's way too far.
Yeah, well, that's a
Stretch,
stretch.
man.
Fucking arms.
You got to pull it. No, pull that. Towards you. There's a button.
My mic has fallen down.
Oh,
There it
we
is.
go.
You're on it. He did it. I love you. Sorry. I really thought you had a closer.
Carr showing a lot of confidence and a lot
Turning
of
off the air conditioner has just cost me several $100s, so thank you.
right. You're
Back to
lazy.
you, Bobby.
Yeah, lazy over here.
Back
I
to
should
you,
have
Bobby.
popped up. That was my bad.
You
I did. Green Bay. Our defense is looking much better. Our secondary is, for what it's worth, doing what it needs to do. I'm just saying defensively, I'm not upset with how we've been performing. It's when we have 5 possessions and 4 out of the 5, result in punts. that makes me question, our offensive production, and that stems from Love being behind center, and then Aaron Jones. He's been out on injury, but we really need to rely on his tenure with the team. Like he's a great asset. We need to put him to work because Dylan, no offense, is not an answer. He is not a good replacement of 33. And then getting Reed involved, we need to develop the outside threat. I know, granted, we don't have much of one. We don't have a DJ Moore, but there's still opportunity for Christian, Reed and
Dubs.
Dubs, yeah.
Dubs.
Calvin and Dobbs, got it. To get some more work in, but you gotta. That starts with the quarterback working with his receivers, getting on their schedule, so they become more in sync. So I'm nervous. I don't think we're going to do well. If we get to 8 wins, I'd consider that a big accomplishment.
No, yeah, I definitely think that the Packers and Bears are in interesting positions in the NFC North. It's a topsy-turvy world.
I just think that doesn't look. I don't know. I know it's still early, but like, if you're not going to go to the Super Bowl or win, have a chance, what's the?
Yeah, you're saying what's the point?
Yeah.
What are we
Okay,
doing?
well,
We're better off getting the first 2 picks and honestly firing the coaching staff, starting over, drafting a quarterback with the coaching staff so they can develop together. If we're going that route, if we're getting rid of Fields,
Didn't the Super Bowl winning Giants start off horribly? Right, if I remember, they beat the unbeaten Brady and company. But
what do you mean horrible though?
Like 2 wins, or like 2-4 or something like that, and then they turned it around. I'm just saying, like having that defeatist attitude. I want to use this as precedence. Look at the Giants taking on the perfect, New England Patriots in the one game that you shouldn't lose, the Super Bowl. Going into it, they were flawless. They had a perfect season.
Okay. No, it's a fair point. Obviously we don't check any stats here.
No,
so
we don't.
I'm sure you're in the ballpark there, though. But, I
just haven't seen anything that shows me that they can do that. I don't know. Maybe they change. Maybe I'm wrong. But, like, at this point.
I'm a little hopeful for your backup, though. J-Rock, I think he's going to do well. I know I'm mispronouncing his name.
No. That part's fine. I actually crack up at that part. But the pageant guy, whatever his name is, I don't know. Like, you've seen him in one part of one actual game. Jury is still out on this guy. I can't get a good read if he's a Nathan Peterman of new or.
At least he doesn't look scared out there. That's one thing that I could take from it. He doesn't look like deer in headlights. You know how some backup quarterbacks step in and they're like, I'm not getting that impression from him.
Okay. I like that he runs. He at least runs the ball somewhat, but he's got that college kind of run when it's not there mentality.
Fields runs.
This is different.
Fields flees.
Badgett was running with his
Good distinction, and that's
that's
your kicker. That's your,
No, I'm going against his.
against Groupie.
Yeah.
Grouper
Missed field goal. Let's go.
helps with the under, but not chalking up more points.
I mean, again, I mean, if you had a one bet on doing those exact scores for the end of the game, I could easily see in this game going 13 to 10.
Jacksonville's
13 to 10.
I could see Jacksonville getting up to 21, but
right
I don't see
21-17. That's what's going to be.
I don't see New Orleans getting up to 17. I think maybe 13, a touchdown and 2 field goals.
I mean, it's just
I
going
can see it.
No, that seems
be
reasonable
right
for
there.
me, but I think Jacksonville might get to at least 21 plus. But we got to keep New Orleans. I want the under to hit. So
I mean, we're all rooting under.
it's Thursday night football. No offense. These guys are going on 3 days rest. And if you've ever been, and I know those people that are listening that played, collegiate level football or football at any level, you get banged up, you're hurting. By Monday, you're just trying to.
The next few days, you are so sore.
You're just you got bruises everywhere. You're just trying to get yourself back into working order, and that's tough to do in a 72-hour turnaround.
It's just this could be just obviously the day that we're doing it. I would be interested because we do want to get going on Sundays.
Sunday, yeah.
That would be an interesting turnaround if we still take a dump on Thursday night football as much as we do on Sunday. It's just because this is like what we got in front of us.
We don't want to dump on it, but I mean, come on, it's not giving us any reason not to.
I mean, sometimes you got to take a shit on it, right?
Yeah, it's just what was the best game was probably the first one, right? The Lions Chiefs, because they were not coming off of any game or anything.
Right. Well, that was game one.
Game one, like that's the opening game. They're all pumped up, you know.
I don't consider that Thursday night
right,
football.
and then they said they didn't have a game before, so they're not coming off of any game. They don't have to rest. They're already rested. Like they're good.
They're ready to go.
So every other game though, it's pretty much been. I mean, the Bears one ended up being semi-high scoring, surprisingly.
That was a real fun game to watch,
20,
though,
yeah.
against the Commanders. I seen DJ Moore just go off.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, we had a few extra panelists on that
Because
one.
we got 1 now, 2.
Yep. We're on 5, actually.
I can count to 10.
Yeah, we're getting there. 4 was filmed.
Five pods.
Everyone likes Sesame Street, the count.
No,
Five
it's definitely
pods.
good. I was literally, I had to do one of these. I was like, how much?
And I assume you were doing algebra, right? Algebra 1.
Algebra
Yeah,
1,
gotcha.
Do you need an abacus or something?
if you got one in your back pocket.
Yeah, let me get that for you. No
Yeah,
problem.
let me just pull that out.
No. But yeah, I mean, it's still again. There's some doubting I think on both sides for the Bears Packers. But what
Let's
we're gonna
get to Ryan's regrets, or is that?
no, we're
It's
gonna
that second down, right?
second down.
That's
This is
okay.
the first segment. We're
Okay.
waiting for the second one, but this is a perfect time to go take a little break, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yeah, take 5. All right, guys.
Ha ha ha! Thanks, Jim. And we're back to the Fantasy Football Game Show. Bobby, who holds the record for the most receiving yards in a game?
Jerry Rice.
Incorrect.
Oh, no.
Ryan, what Browns running back fumbled in the fourth quarter of the 1987 AFC Championship
Rams.
at the goal line?
Ernest something. God damn, I don't remember his name.
Unacceptable. Incorrect. Jason, who did Jack Tatum hit so hard that his chin strap fell off his helmet in Super Bowl 11?
I don't know.
Incorrect. Bobby, who recovered the Holy Roller? Incorrect.
Dave Casper.
Ryan,
Fuck.
no stealing. What
No
defensive end knocked Joe Montana out of the 1990 NFC Championship game?
Lawrence Taylor.
There it is.
Incorrect. Jason, who holds the NFL record for the most consecutive games started non-quarterback?
Olin Kreutz, former
Incorrect.
Bear.
Bobby, who was the last NFL player to start both ways?
Deion Sanders.
Incorrect. Ryan, who was the first NFL player to wear a face mask?
I don't know.
Incorrect. Jason, who holds the record for the most interceptions in a Super Bowl?
I have no idea.
Stan
Incorrect.
Humphrey.
Bobby, who intercepted the mistake by the lake?
State by Lake, Ohio. Cleveland.
Incorrect. Ryan, who was the first NFL player to rush for 200 yards in a game?
Jim Brown.
Incorrect. I have run out of trivia questions that are difficult. You're all losers in my book. Back to
man.
you with the
What was that
Fantasy
guy's name?
Football Podcast.
No, it
Ernest Biner. Damn it! I just thought of it.
No, and then the guy who had the most reception or most yards, receiving yards, it was a Rams player. I forget the name.
Isaac
I
Bruce.
have no idea, but
No.
that was a great second round of
one that-
trivia right
yeah.
there. Really showing our football knowledge. It's a little too jarring. That's where I got a little
Yeah,
panicked.
there's no
A
time
little
to
flustered.
process.
He was going real quick.
Hold
but-
on, you guys stole mine though. You got one right.
I mean, again, I think I knew one of.
Yeah.
I knew that Dave
one,
Casper
yeah.
one. I think.
Yeah, there it is.
But welcome back. We are rolling. It's actually, you know what? I got to mention it right off the top. It's actually a pretty decent game. I'm kind of surprised.
It's starting to come
you know,
together. Kind
17
of ruining my
seven-
under chances now.
But 17-6 kind of opens the door for a little bit of possibility, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Let's have a defensive-minded third quarter and a really lackluster fourth, and call it a day.
It's like a Netflix movie. You know, you don't go to the theater to see it, but you're at home, something's on.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's fine. You know,
From the previous weeks, this is entertaining.
I mean, you get some food, you sit down on a couch. That's about all I kind of.
And I brought
associated
buffalo
with it.
dip to this week, and it's been a smash hit. So maybe next time, bring something into the equation. That'd be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby might be out with a broken collarbone.
Well, as long as he brings that sweet buffalo dip, that's
Yep.
all that matters.
Ryan, you're Ryan also out.
Right. I
broken
swing
collar-
and it's a home run, and we got these round balls that barely make it back to the pitcher's mount that Woj puts out. So
He's making good contact, but
right, it's a good effort at the plate, but
Both of these men are liars and scoundrels. The buffalo dip, Jewel, you got to get it. Jewel, you got to get it together, man.
Woj is in denial.
Taco
I
dip
know.
wasn't
I
available.
actually made this prior.
I went buffalo dip on this one. Bobby's a straight up lying hoe.
Oh,
And I got this from Jewel. I'm not thrilled that the Jewel dip was
We're
not
very
the,
aware of your jewel dip. That's why I made the buffalo
the
dip
OG,
for this one.
The OG.
Yep.
Give it some respect on its name. How about that, bud?
Fine.
Little OG.
The JO, the Jewel Osco dip.
I'll even take JO. I mean, the other, if you reverse those letters around, it has a little bit
close.
of a odd connotation. Moving on. So we're gonna move on to the first one. Ryan got it. There you go. The first one is actually Ryan's regrets. This is the part
like
where
it.
we kind of tell you about the picks that we have made that just didn't pan out. Just have been a real. I mean, Ryan, you can you can elaborate a
we
little
had
bit.
high hopes going into the year. Maybe a guy you thought could be a steal in the middle rounds or in the later part of the draft, and you're like, oh, this guy is gonna, be a player for me, and they just have not worked out. Or even could be an early round pick or whatever too. Either way, but I was thinking more the former.
All right, you lead it off, man. Throw one out.
So pretty much your
for
team.
for me, Jahan Dotson, I had high hopes for. I took him, I think, in like the 7th, 8th round or something. I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be a good flex. Like last year he came in, he was getting like 10, 15 points a game or more. Like he was hurt, but when he played, he was good and he was supposed to be a part of the offense. And the sad thing is he plays like 80% of the snaps, but he gets like 2 targets a game, and his yards per route run is like very, very minimal, I think, or I don't know from what I saw or read.
Again, we don't check stats here.
Right.
So.
But either way, he didn't pan out. I caught him about week 3.
Oh wow, that's interesting. You cut him.
Yeah, like week 3. Well,
So-
you gotta pull the cord sometimes. It's a sunken cost fallacy. You can't
Ooh, good word.
you can't keep just going with it because you took him in a certain spot. Like last week too, same thing. I put 51 on that Amari DiMaccardo or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The running back-
What was it? The running back.
I'm
for-
desperate at running back. My team was injured. I got Chubb out, Herbert out.
Was
Now
that
I'm
Arizona?
Hold on, who else you got?
Montgomery's hurt. So
Ryan's team has imploded.
So I'm desperate, and there's nobody left in the league, so I figure you'd take a run at him. The guy gets 2 touches the entire game. I dropped him this week already. That's 51 fab money out the door. But, what are you going to do? I'm not going to keep him on my bench because I put money on him. If he doesn't pan out, he doesn't pan out. Like, got no one to...
Right, you said
No one
it.
to hold him, no one to fold him.
You said it. You're desperate right now. You've been ravaged by injuries. Also, shout out Jeremy has 70% or something like that of his team has an injury designation. I was like, oh, buddy, that's really rough.
I have 3 names that come to mind that I think you guys will agree on too. One of them's more of just I'm upset because it happened, but we'll get to it. But Ramajay Stevenson,
Yeah, he is really...
he's been a huge upset. And you know what? Call it. I think New England in general has just there's not much fire in that camp at all.
Offense is a dumpster fire.
You got one more, Bob?
The second one, Judy. Judy, wide
Jerry
receiver,
Jeudy,
Jerry
yeah.
Judy has been kind of just lackluster. And then my last one, who's been more of a problematic thing, but still has a high ceiling, is Eckler being injured. He had game 1 was a 20+ game, and then he was out for the past 4 or 5 weeks. And even when he came back, that game against Dallas, okay, but nothing explosive, nothing that really shouted like, yeah, I'm back and I'm ready to roll.
So I thought of one more too. I took Darren Waller in the
Told you.
fifth
Stay away
round,
from
fifth
Waller, man.
round, thinking this guy's gonna get targets, even though they're a bad team, but they were on the rise last year. They have no receivers. He's like the guy, right?
Aaron, is our background on right now on the TV? The green one? Or is that something else? What are you talking about? There's like a greenish hue on the back of between that wall? No?
So
Oh, for real?
moving
Oh,
moving
Sorry,
forward with your
my bad.
visual.
We'll just sing a different dimension or something. I don't
right?
know.
It looks green to me. Jesus Christ. Moving on. Sorry, I thought I saw
You're
something
related,
flashing.
right? How does that work
As
out?
far as we know. But yeah,
Which brings
with
me to my
the,
next point. Don't do drugs.
Don't smoke
Don't
crack.
smoke crack.
Love it. Great
Also,
drop it.
that is a great segue, actually. You know what movie we really left off as one of the greatest
Let's hear
football movies of all time? Waterboy.
Waterboy.
Love the
Nobody
Waterboy.
said Waterboy, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe that went under the radar.
Well, you know what? It's a comedy, and it's an Adam Sandler movie. I think maybe it doesn't come to mind right away, but it's truly great. It's hilarious.
Yeah, there's a ton of one-liners we could all rattle off. you
I
know.
mean, dude, we'd be here
al-
for 2 hours because we
also-
just say, let's put on the movie.
As an Adam Sandler movie, I think it's the only time that when he did a voice, like a different voice, it worked. Like Lil Nicky, I didn't really like it so much.
We're
Right.
going down dangerous
Here's-
No,
territory
but no,
right
That's
now.
I
my
agree with him. Lil
that's my
Nicky was-
boy. Or anytime he tries to do some weird. Usually, I like Adam Sandler. Just stick to your normal voice. That's when you're most funny, more natural and likable. And then when he tries to do that weird stuff, like like you didn't like 8 Crazy Nights, for example.
Well, that was
doing-
more of just like
He's doing different characters though, or whatever. Like
I was just tired of the plot. Is
Yeah.
all. It was just
Yeah, I
we
didn't.
struck a
I just
nerve.
wanted to. I just wanted to mention Waterboy,
I love.
and then you
Waterboy.
just was a hate parade on fucking.
No.
It wasn't a hate
It
parade.
was
I-
a hate
it was
parade
an
on Adam
observa-
Sandler.
No, it was an observation.
I'm saying, give me Big Daddy, not Little Nicky.
Yeah,
Okay.
agree.
That's fine. We can leave it at that. My Ryan's regrets, drafting regrets rather. I drafted Javonte Williams. Granted, I didn't reach for him. Thank God.
Yeah, he had a knee injury
But-
last season, right?
But this is the thing is that because of that, I got him later. I want to say maybe 6th, 7th round. And I just thought like the Broncos and the same thing as Jerry Jeudy, I thought they were just going to be infinitely better than they are right now. Getting blown out to Miami, taking the Bears down to a 1-possession game, last-minute field goal, I think. It just was kind of a weird thing that I was like, Javonte Williams is going to have a bounce-back year. He's going to go crazy. Just hasn't panned out. Thankfully, knock on wood, haven't been hit by the injury bug yet.
Can I 180 this real quick? Just a quick response from the group.
What do you do?
Somebody picked up in free agency or deep in the draft has proven to be very valuable to your current team.
Ooh, I got it.
I have 2,
Yeah.
Mostert and Thielen.
Okay, for me, Zach Moss so far has been like a top 6 running back or something, like ridiculous. And also taking David Montgomery in the 6th round proved to be a good pick as well for me, even though he's hurt right now. But aside from that,
So you're saying somebody that you did not
Was
draft?
someone low in the either you didn't draft the free agency or really low in your draft?
okay, well that wasn't super low, but I didn't. For that round, I thought it was good.
I
Value.
got Mostert pretty deep, and then Thielen I
Zach-
picked up on free agency.
Zach
in one
Zach
league.
Moss getting on waivers. Oh, and also I picked up Jacoby Myers on waivers.
Jacoby's been playing.
He's been like a wide
lights out.
receiver 1-2 so far. Like I've been getting more points from him than Adams the last couple weeks.
All right, whoa, Jenny.
Yeah, I can honestly comment that I have not picked up any waiver wire pick of significance, nor has anybody below 11th drafted done anything.
I was gonna say for you a good sneaky good pick was you took DeAndre Swift in the 4th, 5th round or whatever.
but that's not low round.
No,
in
but
fantasy.
that was a high round for him. I'm saying that people were like, why did you do that? You could have got him in the 8th round or 10th round or whatever. I think at least.
Ryan, it's like you don't even know this league. If you pick anybody at any pick,
No.
somebody will give
Not
you
even
shit about
not
it.
even our league. It's conventional thinking would have said not to take DeAndre Swift that early.
I don't do mock drafts. What do you? I mean,
Thoughts on Miles Sanders? Would you consider him a one of those just totally fell off? Because I have Chuba Hubbard, and it seems like they're moving that direction.
I just think
Miles
Miles
Sanders
Sanders has always
sucks.
been kind of overrated.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
He's still upset about me.
I mean, they're
bringing
gonna-
forth
they're
a
gonna
great
pl-
appetizer for today's podcast.
Yeah,
and
they're gonna
he's still
they're gonna
sore
play
about
him.
it.
They gave him the money, so they're gonna play him. But I don't think it was
Yeah,
money well
he's getting
spent.
paid.
Yeah.
I call it the Savage paradox. I would love to have his contracts.
Danny Jones all day.
Daniel Jones. No, but
Swindle.
but Savage has been on I think 3 or 4 different teams, and he's still collecting $1 million checks.
Who?
Savage, quarterback. He was
The
on Houston.
backup?
Yep. He went to Denver. There was a few other teams. Someone check this.
I mean, we talked about this in maybe the first or second episode.
I don't care. I was just saying I would love to have that kind of setup.
I'll say-
Backup
No.
quarterback
But the backup
collecting
quarterback
checks.
is a good,
Yeah.
It's a good role. It's a good position. Some people like it. Some people don't. I like you. I guys think you were saying like, oh yeah, this is the premier role, right? You collecting checks, not getting hit, and all that stuff. I want to say that I initially said, who knows? That was years ago at this point. That I don't love the backup role of like just getting checks. You're never like that important guy. You're always coming in at like the Brian Hoyer. You're always coming in like, okay, we're already up 40 points in this game, or every one of our quarterbacks is hurt.
No, you're important. You got to get the other team ready, like this. The other, defense.
And hold on, guys.
or-
And like I said, picture us in any position in the NFL as a backup quarterback. I'm considering that a huge win. We're all
Yeah.
out of shape. We can't run a 40 under 5 seconds.
I was just saying more of like it's awesome that like you get a front row seat to every NFL game,
Exactly.
and especially if you're a guy who's a prominent starter, you don't have to worry. You have no pressure.
This is also what I said though in episode 1 is that I don't like that view, so I can never be a backup quarterback. But moving on.
He has his standards. Okay.
So we are gonna go to our kind of mainstay right now, the either or game.
I like it.
Okay, so I'm
Fun
just
game.
gonna throw a name. We're doing QB edition.
Either or.
Yeah.
Either
We'll do a little. Aaron can maybe do a little ditty in there. Is he back on the mic or is he?
What kind of ditty would you like?
You've been
Well-
throwing together some great music compilations
You know,
with some
P Diddy's good.
different effects. I
or,
really enjoyed them. Hats
Thank
off to
you.
our producer.
Thank you.
But hey, man, anything that you did for because the people that are continually watching saw that again. Technically the second episode posted, but the third episode overall, where you came out with that little, music in the front there. That was pretty good.
It was.
top notch.
Sorry,
Thank
let's go to your topic. We keep getting sidetracked.
No, it's all good. We gotta get the producer involved.
Oh,
That was compliments for Aaron, brought to you by Juasco.
and Modelo.
We love their
Keep
Buffalo
your day
chicken dip.
especial.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, either or. Here we go. All right, we got Johnny Unitas or Brett Favre. We're going to start at Bobby.
I mean, the gunslinger, Favre.
5.
Thank you.
While I do like the old school Johnny U type of football player, and I think, Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I
Johnny
think
Unitas looks like that one guy who would like early in World War II would be one of those guys. We're gonna draft you. The haircut and everything.
Great haircut. Really set your watch to it. Great haircut.
He's drafting 15-year-olds to go die in the
he's
European
definitely
front.
smoking a cigarette on the field. But Aaron, isn't Johnny Unitas dad's like one of his all-time favorite quarterbacks?
I believe so.
Yeah, he always says Johnny Unitas was a real quarterback. I'm like, okay, yeah, I definitely agree with it. He was
Warren Moon.
all right, but okay. So we got Brett Favre. I'm gonna go also Brett Favre
Thank
just
you.
because I could see him in the era, and also the stats are just
Dude was a gamer.
it's just shocking
The
compared to
gunslinger,
Unitas.
baby.
All right, next one: Terry Bradshaw or Kurt Warner.
Ooh. I'm going Kurt Warner. I like his story. I like that he brought a team, all the way to the Super Bowl, even though they should have won 2. Or did they ever win one? I know they lost to New England, which was, total bullshit. But
Who? Kurt Warner?
yeah,
Kurt Warner definitely won a Super Bowl.
okay. But I think they were going back to the bowl, and they lost to New England when Tom Brady had his first miracle.
All I can tell you is years that he has won a Super Bowl. Give me a second. I gotta go to
He
my.
was a grocer. That was a great movie too. About
Yeah, I saw that with Zachary Levi. Right?
Yeah, he was literally putting corn cans on shelves, and then hey, NFL is calling you up, and he answered that call.
Yeah, so I would also go. I'm gonna look at it as who would I want on my team. Like if I was starting a team, I'll go Kurt Warner too. Even though Terry Bradshaw had four Super Bowls, I believe.
Yeah, but he also had the.
But he had the steel curtain
Yeah.
defense, and the era they played in was less pass heavy, more run heavy. Kurt Warner, also a Hall of Fame quarterback, went to 3 Super Bowls, won one, was MVP of the league. I mean,
Well, that was with Holt and
Holton, Isaac Bruce,
Oh.
Isaac Hakeem, Ricky Prohl.
dude, those
Marshall
two on the
Falk,
edges.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
Marshall.
I mean, they don't call it
Kurt Warner won it one
Best
time.
show on turf.
greatest show on turf, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with Bradshaw. Just personally, I look at Super Bowls that amount. granted, Steel Curtain, yeah, but you played like a tough son of a bitch back in that
He
day.
did.
Where
He's got concussions on
I mean, there's a
concussions.
very famous clip though where he's getting. I want to say he's getting hit right helmet to the side of the jaw, just completely illegal hit, but legal at that time. I don't remember when it was, but it's always an NFL Network kind of like clip that's always shown there. But so we got a Bradshaw and two Warners there. Okay, next one we're going with Roger Staubach,
Okay.
a Bart Starr. Hit me with it, Bobby.
I want to show you loyalty to Green Bay and Bart Starr. I'm going with Staubach on this. Personal choice, but Starr has enough accolades under his belt as well. But I'd put Staubach on my team.
I haven't really seen either of them play, a lot. But having that being said, I'll go Roger Staubach.
Okay. I mean, they got comparable Super Bowls. It's definitely a difference of opinion of just
Right.
like, how do you like them play again? I only have the reference, as you said, Ryan. We've never seen them play. But the nostalgia films, I like Bart Starr's kind of like head down, nose to the ground, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to win you this game. Staubach is like, he's a military like hero. He's been like, he was like one of the, that's
I
like
get
his
it,
whole
yeah.
thing.
In the Navy.
But in the Navy, right? But it just was like a thing of like with Bart Starr in that era was just like such a thing. I think could that be first sneeze on camera?
First two.
Should we make it a segment?
I'm a multiple sneezer, so that's actually pretty light for me. Usually I'm at least a 3-banger, so
Oh, really? I'm a single, obnoxious, loud one, and that's it.
I'm always at least minimum of 2.
That definitely suits you, Bobby.
I've gone for like 7 before.
World record? Holy
That
shit.
kind of makes me think of that Seinfeld episode, but we don't have to dive into that.
We could though.
We could. Well, this guy wasn't going to say anything.
So we got the next one here, Ben Roethlisberger, as we
Okay.
just mentioned in the
Big
that
Ben.
might have been in
Big
between.
Ben, Parliament.
Or
Look, kids.
Eli Manning.
I'm taking, okay, well, Big Ben's won 1 Super Bowl, right? And then Eli's won 2. I got to go with Big Ben. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I couldn't have Eli behind center if I had a choice.
So I'm gonna go with Big Ben also. They're pretty comparable, but I like Big Ben's rushing ability and his ability to stay up in the pocket and take hits more and follow through with it. I mean, not that Eli can't do that, obviously.
Yeah, but
During the
Big
Super
Ben's
Bowl-
what, like 250
Right.
pounds?
I like his
plus?
build more, as I'm saying. Like if I had to pick
he's a
him between the
brick
two of them,
house.
I'd rather Big Ben.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of echo Ryan there in that like the elusiveness of a big dude is always fun to watch. Like he would always escape tackles in the most like robust way, where you're like, how the hell did he get out of that? Like
Well,
1 foot like grabbed and he's like, no, I got you.
Also, that Super Bowl he was in with the Cardinals is like one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen in my lifetime. What a fucking great game. That last throw to
Santonio Holmes,
Tony
I
Holmes,
believe.
pinpoint, both of them, like throw on the money, toes down.
I mean, there was,
Unbelievable play.
Yeah, there was like 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, or over, maybe fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Time. I don't know.
Hold on, but
we don't fact check.
But
Eli too, though he made that David Tyree throw
Yeah.
catch. That was unbelievable too. I mean, they both have their
I
moments.
saw Eli take out the Packers, so I had to live that. No, but you're real quick about big quarterbacks. Dante Culpepper, bigger guy, but he couldn't
Big
take a
bitch.
hit. You know, he wouldn't roll out.
Tiny hands.
Yeah, maybe, but you think a guy with his size, you know, he maybe just put his shoulder down and find his way. But he had also Moss to throw to, which I would love to have that as an option. I'm gonna sling it up there. You got it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that though. So the last one we got is Fran Tarkenton or Jim Kelly. Bobby, again to you first.
I guess I don't know too much about Tarkenton, but Kelly with the Buffalo, he was always a solid performer.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with Kelly.
I will go with Jim Kelly as well. Might have scored.
Hold on, Ryan might have a real bone cone in his pants.
Sorry, the
Let's
Jacksonville D may or may not have got a defensive touchdown.
That would have been, yeah. Let's hope for that because I also have their defense playing.
Looks
Let's
like
roll to the
it
tape.
counted, yes!
It's called on the field. We got to review it.
Ah! All right.
It's really, really hurting the under right now.
Okay,
but
anyway,
that's fine.
Back to the either or though. I'll go with Jim Kelly. He's more of an elite passer, thrower of the ball, whereas Fran Tarkenton was a great scrambler, which is good to have. But I think if Jim Kelly was in the modern NFL today, he would be a great option still, a good quarterback.
Okay.
Elite.
Yeah. No, fair points. The Tarkenton scrambling for me at that era, it also kind of like resonates with me as like being a Bears fan, seeing Justin Fields. I mean, any quarterback you can name in the last like 15 years or so, they were always scrambling for their lives. So like I'm assuming again, same thing. Haven't seen Fran Tarkenton play legitimately, but kind of realized like, okay, that was the style of play again. Hey, I'm going to run for this. It's more the guys that are putting the team on their back and just like, hey, we're going to win if I have to get my jaw busted up. Those are the quarterbacks that are really sick. But we got a couple minutes here, so we're going to just go through real quick. I do have one quick thing to mention here. So Adam and I are playing in fantasy. I should have mentioned that the top. And then I get text from him because he's got Groupie as the guy I'm going against. So every field goal, I get a text from Adam going, hey.
So he's at, what, like 11 points at least or more?
I think he's
12?
got – I think they're very short field goals. So they should be like, 10 or 11 points, whatever.
Okay, that's still good, double digits.
But, I mean, any final thoughts, guys? I mean, what are we looking at in the game? I mean, is it just Jacksonville rolling?
Jacksonville's taking command.
I gotta say, I'm ecstatic that the defense got an interception,
touchdown.
Hey,
That helps
win,
me.
good win for you.
Doesn't
bud.
help my under, but I don't care. That helps huge because I picked up Jacksonville in one league today.
Nice.
That was off of, but like I said, I had to drop.
Who?
I think I had Lions.
Lions D?
No, I didn't drop him. I think I dropped someone else on my bench that was weak, but I had Lions D at Baltimore, and I was like, I'm not
it's an
feeling that.
interesting
So I
decision.
picked up Jacksonville on a flex.
I mean, that's an impulse decision for sure.
It was.
I picked him up last week because I needed him. I had Pittsburgh on bye, and they got me 20 points. It was fantastic, and I figured Pittsburgh and them again in our league are both good defenses. I was kind of toss up for me, but I figured on Thursday night at New Orleans is preferable to at LA on Sunday.
And LA is actually
we'll
showing
see.
signs of improvement.
But so far I like what I'm seeing.
We shall see in the next little bit. We'll definitely get the picks out, see what's going on. We'll also talk a little bit of movie turkey because we've been juicing a little bit off of off camera. So that's coming at you at the next little break. All right, peace out.
Now, the final round of the Fantasy Football Game Show. Lightning round. Each contestant will get one question. If you're right, you win. If you're wrong, you suck. Bobby.
Yep.
What is the highest scoring game in NFL history?
74.
Incorrect. Ryan. How many Super Bowls have the Green Bay Packers won?
Super Bowl.
3.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Woj. How many times have the Dallas Cowboys been to the Super Bowl?
6.
Incorrect. You're all losers. And we're back with the podcast.
Were we even close? Were we even close on any of ours?
So close.
Which one?
So
Packers.
Can we get the answers for each one of these?
I'll give you the answers to these last two.
Okay.
Bobby, what was your guess for the
74.
It was 72-point game in 1966, the Washington Redskins.
Okay, I was off by 2.
Ryan, how many Super Bowls?
I said 3.
I thought it was
4.
5.
Damn.
Okay. And then finally, how many times have the Dallas Cowboys been to the Super Bowl?
I said 6.
4.
5.
Fudge.
Yeah.
We were all off by such a small margin.
That's
Close,
all right.
but no cigar, as they say.
I do like the intro today was it caught me by storm, and even when I thought it was coming again, it still caught me by storm. So that was good.
They're so close.
But we're back with the third installment here. I went a little Marv Albert on that. Sorry, I was like, I'm back.
Jordan for 3. Yes.
I felt it a little bit. Might be.
I like it.
Woj drops back, makes a shot, it's good.
the hell was that? I don't even know.
That was
Sorry.
good. That was good color
Pretty
commentary.
good. Yeah.
No, I was talking about the thing that just came out. Sorry, that mesmerized me because that just said something. It said Dollar Pen or something like that was the name of that show. Moving on. Sorry. So we're getting into this this topic though that Bobby kind of brought up was this thing about fan fighting in the NFL.
Yep.
Where you see just brawls happening. There was one literally as you
man.
brought that up. There was one that happened in the Bears fighting Bears.
I saw that.
Oh my god!
One dude got knocked the fuck out from behind.
Go ahead.
You want to hear something really funny?
What's up?
You were there?
I did that whole thing with my mic muted.
What thing?
Oh
all
man!
the
So we're
trivia.
reacting
Oh.
Oh, that's
Oh.
gonna be great. Oh, it's staying in that way. We'll see what
All right,
happens.
that works.
to. All right.
That was pretty awesome. Nice. All right.
I mean, one of a kind podcast right here. You can't get this anywhere else. This type of entertainment. But so Bobby, I mean, with the fan fights, I personally think that they've been around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Like every year, I see some type of bullish.
Catch.
You know, with a fan, just fans from opposite teams normally getting into fisticuffs at every game. Like I don't.
Two.
That's interesting.
He's got in. All right. No, like you said, to say that it doesn't occur is, I think it's a ridiculous statement. I think that there's certain teams that probably amplify the, intensity of certain fights, but it's not one size fits all. But we recently had the Chargers Dallas game that resulted in quite a brawl in across the stadium, a bunch of different groups of people, and it didn't seem like security was really trying to slow things down for them.
Yeah, no, I just think that this is the thing of like, if you ever are at a stadium, you don't really see a whole lot of security unless you're down really near the
level
actual field.
100s.
When you're in the 200, 300 section,
You could get away with some shit.
I mean, at least a couple of shots. Like the Bears brawl that you were talking about, Ryan, was like definitely like 1, 2, 3 shots, maybe 4 shots either way, and then like the video cut off, which I assume somebody came in to break it up.
And nobody these days does anything but pull their phone out to record everything.
Well, that's true too. But I mean, for $11 an hour, are you gonna go get in the middle of
No,
it?
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I mean, to be fair, to be fair, fuck
To
it.
be fair,
To be fair.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as like the soccer hooligans or something like that. That's been going on for.
I mean, let's bring
man.
that shit to American football. Why not?
You want to be there when that happens?
Hell yeah! If you're like the starting member of the fraternity or whatever.
You've
the
seen
hell
too
it's
much
called.
Green Street.
I
Hell
love
yeah!
Green Street.
Street hooligans, baby.
Yeah.
United.
It's such a great movie.
My friend was recently in London and saw the West Ham play
United.
Newcastle, and
United.
they did the Pretty Bubbles song, and
Yeah,
it ended up being a 2-2 game, but
Hamas.
the Muddy Hamas, but I guess when he was there, they call them the Irons,
Oh,
which I
okay.
mean they're synonymous with hammers, but there
No,
you go.
I like this little segue though because I'm obviously wearing a Hawks jersey. The Hawks game at this point is going to start in like 30. Oh, I'm sorry, it's actually started. It's like 20 minutes in. Huge Hawks fan here. No, but I'm just kind of excited though because I want to talk about kind of like all things Chicago sports. You're a Sox fan.
Yep.
You kind of got the insight. We definitely want to get Kyle on the podcast at some point. He's a big Cubs fan.
He's also a Minnesota fan, so let's pump the brakes
also,
there.
But we also want to get Minnesota's view of that. Ryan, you're a Sox fan, right?
I mean, if I had to pick my team, I would say the Bulls are my number one team.
But I'm saying in baseball.
yes.
Baseball is Sox. And Bulls, the season's right around the corner. We're going to have a little bit of Woj and Ryan corner talk about the ISO and
It's going to be
how
a lot of the same what they've been doing.
and how DeMar DeRozan, I just bet is over every time on points. It's almost a guarantee.
They've been needing to trade Zach LaVine for like 3 years, and they just won't do it.
Jeez, I don't know what they're doing over there, man.
Oh, he got the first down. That was a bad spot.
Well, again, it starts with the ownership. Ryan Zerv's the owner and puts the people in place to make decisions. It's like the Sox. It's never going to change if. Yeah,
It's like the Bears, never
Exactly.
gonna change. Get that
it all
older.
starts at the top and rolls
generation out.
down. I mean,
No, you're
Hold on,
absolutely right.
Fourth, okay, real quick, pause. 4th and inches. How do you not just line up behind your center and just drive it home?
I don't know. I guess because Trevor Lawrence is injured or something.
That's an awful spot right
That was
there.
a terrible.
That's such a bad spot.
play call. Like he said though, wouldn't you do like a fullback dive or?
I'm
Quarterback sneak, Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence.
the Tom Brady special. As
Right.
much as I don't like him, get right behind your center, pick a side, and just dive forward. That's all you need to do.
I mean, Philly has perfected that right now. And also, I'm baffled. I do want to get you guys' opinion on this. How is nobody able to copy the Philly run up the middle with Jalen Hurts as
the
like
tush
I don't get it.
push.
It's unbelievable.
Well, they almost go into the rugby, position where
Scrum, yeah.
scrum it. But hey, if it's not outlawed, go
They
ahead.
say it used to be outlawed. They used not to be able to do that.
Bobby,
to
I guess
push
more
you.
of my talking point here is that
yeah, I'm totally off.
I'm on NPR. It's all right.
No, I'm off base.
Yeah,
right
Aaron's voice the last time was totally NPR. Like you're listening to. All right. But I'm talking about the fact that Philly is doing it. Why don't other teams copy that exact formation? Do it. I've never seen the Bears line up in that formation ever.
Well, for one thing,
Ever.
Philly as Jalen Hurts is a rushing quarterback. He's naturally gifted at
And the guy
that.
squats like 600 pounds, so that's pretty impressive.
They have a good line, I'm assuming, right? To be able to do that to get the push.
But have some confidence.
I'm talking positionally though, Ryan. Like this is the
I
formation.
mean, the Bears
that works.
could. They have Fields. You would think they'd be able to do it. I don't know.
No, but okay.
Yeah.
Would you say Brady's a rushing quarterback? But he always did it.
Yeah.
He just walked up, center, tapped you on the left side. I'm going to just literally jump to your left. Create a pocket for me. If you have inches, all you have to do is and first down.
You
that's
would.
it.
Yeah, you would think. I guess it's just how much confidence they have in their line, which is not much, or
It's
or
silly. You don't even have
quarterback
to
to
have
get.
so much
Or
confidence.
I don't know. Yeah.
It just maybe do a hard count or just snap it off right away.
Could be
Everyone
one of
gets
those,
set, done.
One of those things where they just overthink it. Like they think like they're expecting
Right there is a
that.
classic
I
example.
agree. Yeah.
I hate when people try to get cute. I'd rather say I'm going to shove at A gap, try to stop me.
You know what I also hate, man? I also hate on a 3rd and inches, 4th and inches, 4th and short, whatever. When you do that rollout and you just take away half the
I
field.
say that's the worst play call.
What are you doing?
Take away half the field.
What in the hell
exactly
does that accomplish when that one route is not
And
there?
You're
Because
screwed.
everybody now is starting to cover that short zone. Like, hey, you're going to run a 2-yard out. You know this.
I agree 100%. I'd rather have the guy in the shotgun or under center, give him the whole field to work with in case there's nothing there. Maybe he could run it. But if you run to the one side, like you said, you have the field's cut off.
Roach.
It's not good.
No, it just is an odd thing.
Bad play call here for Jacksonville.
I think on this Jacksonville play call, it looked like they were trying to do like maybe an RPO, like they're trying to fake him out, like, oh, I'm gonna hold on to her, like a QB sneak, hold on to it, but
Well, then Lawrence
it did not work. He held on.
Then he should have.
Let's
No,
see.
he should
Hold
have
on.
held
Let's
on to
read
it.
his
and ran.
lips.
he held on way too long.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a read your lips situation.
All right, we need a turnover here then for Jacksonville.
That honestly could be one of my favorite things of all time when you can clearly see what the coach is saying. And he's clearly like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh no,
Michael Thomas.
Or for me, honestly, if I want Jacksonville to score in this quarter, let New Orleans put up the tying, touchdown and
You want
force them.
no. You want New Orleans to score right away.
Right now.
away.
Yes,
You want quick score New Orleans so that Jacksonville needs to go
It's-
down the field.
exactly.
right meow.
Big. Oh yes, Taysom.
Yeah, make it quick.
Okay, dude, I actually did see the stat, and the numbers might be off a little bit. Taysom Hill, in his contract,
Yep.
makes more than the entire WNBA combined. Isn't that ridiculous?
I'll give you $20 if you can name 5 WNBA teams.
All right,
Teams?
WNBA teams.
WNBA teams.
Las Vegas Aces.
Can we do a combo? 'Cause
No.
Chicago Sky.
Yeah.
New York Mercury, Phoenix Mercury, New
No,
York
that's
Liberty.
called-
No. It's Phoenix Mercury. He's right
Yeah,
on that.
New York Liberty.
How many is that? 3 or 4?
That's 4.
4.
Yeah, I thought so.
Hold on.
Wait, no, Minnesota Lynx.
Oh, how much did you just bet him?
I was betting you.
But he was my proxy. So
Oh, he was your proxy.
Yeah.
All right, well, the bank's my proxy. Go ahead and pick it up there.
was that a catch?
If his knee gets down.
That's a touchdown, I think.
Wait, what's
2 points
what's,
of contact.
Wait, what's the ruling?
I think if it's a knee, it counts as 2 feet. I thought.
But it's a shin on one leg, though.
I think that counts.
It might be. I don't know.
I think
Hey, guys, I say give it to him. Give it to him.
Yeah, Bobby, because you have
I
money on the
I want to
line.
win $50 here, okay?
I mean,
Let
I
it
want
happen.
you to win $50, but I'm just talking about ruling in general. I don't agree that one knee equals 2 feet.
I would agree. I would
This
agree with you.
fucking guy.
Wide open.
What is that from? Oh, that's from something.
All right, tie game.
Oh, that's from What We Do in the Shadows. Such a great show. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Aaron. I knew you were going to chime in with that. Jackie Daytona.
Never seen it. Heard
Dude,
good things.
Check it out, man. Hulu's got some good shit.
Yeah.
It's got some good shit.
All right, so the under really blew one chunks on this. Now we're going full fantasy. So remind me, guys, what you got fantasy wise?
Well,
What'll make or break your?
I just
nuts
need
Steve?
Jacksonville to score this quarter.
right now,
That's a bet.
I'm
Okay.
thankful that the Jacksonville D got that interception touchdown because they keep letting them more points. So I would like them to not let any more points.
Okay.
Or get
Just
a
no
turnover.
points?
Or
That's
get a
cool.
turnover or a sack, something. But they're going to be an offense now, so it's moot point for now.
Yeah, I think I'm really pretty much boned across all surfaces right now. I think my bets have all lost, or not. They're not looking good because Kamara needed to get a touchdown. Didn't happen.
You got 2-point conversion. Does that count? Found the end zone.
Thanks, dude. You're really being optimistic there, you son of a bitch. You bastard. No, and then my fantasy groupies got like more points than Jesus would have thought, and then
Y'all see that? Yeah.
and then Olave's got like all of like 7 points, and I got him in multiple leagues. We're going down real hard.
I mean, Jags are blowing this game right now.
They need,
But
they
but
need
they
a good
got,
drive here.
But they have Etienne,
ETN.
Yeah.
E-I-O-U.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
All 90 songs. I got it.
But I mean, dude, just run the ball. He will get you to the promised land. That's my prediction here. We're doing
And they haven't
kinda-
targeted Ridley at all.
No, they
He
have.
had the one.
He's been shut down pretty much.
Yeah,
What,
but
Lattimore on him?
Secondary Saints is pretty good. You can't deny.
Yeah.
let's do
I
it.
like Evan Ingram
Smart way to cover
for
up.
4 more yards.
We need I don't want this to go to OT. I need something to be put up on the board
All right,
this
guys.
drive.
I do wanna kind of change. We're
Change
talking
pace,
about we're
yeah.
talking about the
Call an
fantasy.
audible, yeah.
No, we're talking about the fantasy here
All
a
right.
little bit.
Hot route.
But this is the thing that I always encounter. Is there always a stretch in your fantasy years, like of the 1 year, where you just hit a real dirt patch? Like you're hitting bye week after bye week or injuries or whatever. Doesn't that always inevitably happen in a fantasy year for you? Or am I just the only fool?
Not if it's a good year for you. I mean,
But I mean, even in a good year, don't
Okay,
you hit
I
a
know,
couple
I've-
game skid?
I've had
sure.
I've had a situation where I was always doing well, like well enough, over 100, and every time I was up against, the opposing team, they're putting up their record high each week. So
I hate
I'm still
that. I
averaging
hate
like
it.
great, and if I would have played most of the other team or I changed up my schedule with someone else, I'm playoff bound. But in this one, I'm struggling and
Yeah.
I have a losing record.
that's the worst. I've had that before too.
It sucks.
This year for me has been injuries to the same position, the running back. Every other week, I have a running back go down. I have like
Yeah, you're the kiss of death.
I think
man.
I have like 2 active running backs on my team right now that haven't got hurt yet, but there's still time. So
There's still time. I mean, again, man, you
that would be Chubb out for the year.
yeah.
Khalil Herbert fucked up his knee or ankle or whatever. He's out for at least like a month. Then Montgomery got the rib problem last week, so he's out for could be 3 weeks because they got the bye coming up. They might just rest him through the bye, which I'm fine with as long as he gets healthy. But yeah, it's like I got to start Zach Moss and Jalen Warren this week.
Yeah, this is for sure a. I mean, unfortunately, Ryan, the first year that we started the podcast, you have an ungodly abysmal year in fantasy
Yeah.
of just injury. Like
And
nobody could have predicted that.
It
dude.
sucks too because it's making me have to maybe consider some trades that I don't really want to do, but I need the position. So I don't know. It's not.
It's
great.
been. Let's just call it as it is. It's been an odd year.
Honestly,
in
I'm
fantasy.
to be 3-3. I'm happy with
Yeah.
considering all those circumstances.
and that's in the money league, right?
yes.
Yeah. Bobby, you said you're just getting outscored left and right.
Well, no, if we have to think about a time where we had a dry spell, and then, there's certain years, like I said, I was just very injury prone, but I was also one
And
of
I'm
those.
sorry, can I just make a quick point? When you say you mean your fantasy
My team, my
Okay.
fantasy team.
Sorry, I thought you were talking
No,
about
not
if you
me.
played in the NFL. Go ahead.
All right, moving forward.
Let's move on amicably.
Amicably. I already lost my train of thought.
That's how good this podcast is. Losing your
man.
train of thought.
Hold on. I was laughing about this, and I know this this meme has been thrown out there a bunch. You've all seen Toy Story, yes?
Yeah.
And
Love Toy
Sid,
Story.
the crazy kid next door,
Yeah.
looks like Derek Carr.
Oh
growing
yes,
up.
Derek Carr, yeah. It was based
Like I'm
after-
looking at him, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely him. Just put on a black T-shirt with a white skull. You're set.
Can you believe they're gonna make another Toy Story? I heard. Like, I thought it should have ended with.
What is it gonna be? Toy Story 12? Like Woody's smoking as he's like
if you've
approaching.
if you've seen them, like 3, you thought like ended it nicely, and then they did 4. You're like, I don't know, but again, it worked and it ended it nicely, and then it's like I don't know how they can go back again. I don't get it.
All right, real quick thoughts as you bring up Toy Story though. You remember that London game where they did the Toy Story kind of
Yeah,
like
I
thing?
didn't like that format.
I'm also on the same boat, man. I didn't love it, and it's just something where it's like, I get where you, as you said, kind of in the break, it was like
You're trying to attract a different.
Well,
viewer.
it's like that Nickelodeon game they did a couple of years ago or whatever.
And I thought that was garbage too. It's just like you can't mix the live. At least the Toy Story, in my mind, like it actually like went full cartoon mode.
Right.
In the Nickelodeon thing, it was like, hey, this is real players, and then slime. At
How
the
did they
end zone.
do the whole thing with the Toy Story thing? Like, did they animate on the fly? Like, how could they keep up with that? Or was it like a delay? Like,
It's it's just simply, dude. It's the same mechanics as like a guy.
because they're not wearing like
They're not wearing sensors
like
or anything.
sensors
They
or green
use- they-
suits or whatever.
They easily could have been.
But they
Yeah,
weren't.
you're right.
They could have.
We don't know.
dude. I'm just saying. In soccer, they have microchips. In any sport, they have microchips where you can put in your foot, like
But
in
they're-
the boot in the.
But they're getting
shoe.
like tackled and stuff. You think it would hold up?
I'm saying it allows them to track where the person is, and I bet you money that they have a. Oh, Aaron's going to chime in. They're a technical wizard. Here you go.
Oh, please.
I have nothing to add.
This fucking
Good drop
guy.
in. Great drop in.
They don't call him
That's
the best.
right.
He's not the best color man in the biz for nothing.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh, what's
Major
Realistically,
Major League? He's like line drive.
like
in
caught.
the world
Fly
of
ball.
deep fakes and things existing, I'm sure it's just a computer superimposing the stuff on top of. the
Ooh,
regular
Carr's
game.
down with a groin injury. I've had one of those.
So have I. It's
I
horrible.
wouldn't wish it on my enemy. I really
He was
would.
like, "Oh my balls."
You were there. It was at that baseball game of mine. I played a wood bat
No,
league.
no, Bobby.
I pulled my.
Yo, shit. I'm sorry. You actually pulled your groin in multiple instances. Do you remember our Turkey Bowl like 10 years ago?
Oh, that was my knee.
Are you sure? I thought you pulled your groin on the very first. You caught it for like 25 yards, and then you were like, I'm done. And
It might have been
you're
my
just-
hamstring. It wasn't
Okay,
groin though.
maybe a
Hamstring or knee.
hamstring.
But no, the baseball one. Trying to extend. I put the ball in play and I was just trying to extend it against one of the better teams, and going that extra stretch when you're dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
And I tried to get back up, went down like a sack of potatoes.
I
Hurt
pulled my
so bad.
groin playing basketball. It's horrible because like you think you're good if you take like a week or 2 off, but you're
No.
not. Like I
It
just
took me like a month.
I kept re-injuring it, trying to play. You have to literally take like a whole month.
It
like
is
you
a whole
said.
month,
Yeah.
and then even then, you could still feel like it.
Yeah, and then you
not the
always
same.
from then on have to stretch it super hard like
Yep.
every time before.
No, the groin, anything in that area, like hamstring, all that shit, those are the worst type of injuries to try and recover. Actually, Bobby, as you were saying,
Well, I think a torn Achilles.
I had a pulled ACL, but I would definitely take that over a torn Achilles.
no. But you were saying before though that the hamstring though for Aaron Jones, you were like, oh yeah, I really love Aaron Jones. Like I
Yep.
got him, he's underperforming, and I told you like as
Hamstring,
soon as it
you're right.
happened, I was like, he's just
It's
not
not-
the same.
it
Those
won't
are
be.
the worst.
He just
You're
can't
right. No,
come
I
back.
mean, I guess part of me just wants to see it. See him, recover and perform like he usually does. That's call that the Packer in me. But I get it. It's not easy to recover from injuries like that.
All right, y'all. We're
All right.
getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Here we go.
We are going to do rapid fire. We are going to go. There is literally no time for any amount of comments on this. We are just going to go.
Sunday
Who do
games.
you want?
Let's go. Yep.
Sunday games into Monday.
No time.
No time. And we're
I get
just
it.
going to go right through
Let's run it.
as soon as your boy.
It's your
pulls it
boy.
up.
Loading. Dead air.
Here we go.
All right.
You want to add something, Aaron?
I have nothing to add.
There we go. Aaron with another expert analysis.
Fly ball.
All right, Las Vegas at Chicago. Bobby, hit me.
I'm going Chicago.
Vegas.
The Bears. You traitor. All right, moving on.
Play with your head, not your heart.
Cleveland, Indianapolis.
Indy at home.
Oh, sorry, Aaron. Are you going Chicago on this one?
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
Cleveland.
Indy. Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland. Buffalo at New England.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. We got Commanders at Giants.
Commanders, just because Giants are garbage.
Redskins. I mean Commanders.
Oh, I'm gonna second you with the Redskins. There.
Washington.
Atlanta at Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
Atlanta.
At Tampa.
I'm gonna go Tampa. Detroit at Baltimore.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit. We're slowly becoming Detroit fans a little bit.
I'm not a fan of it, but yeah.
You're not a fan of it, but you can't deny the team.
Right, no, I can't
What
deny.
what a war of two just shitty cities. As far as like,
Which crime rate's higher?
All right, Pittsburgh at Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going with the Rams.
Rams.
Arizona at Seattle.
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 Green Bay at Denver.
Green Bay. Don't even do it. I'll hit you.
Broncos.
Denver for sure. Let's ride, Bronco country.
I'm going to hit both you guys after this.
Do it to it, Laws. All right, we got Los Angeles Chargers at Kansas City. Going to be a hell of a game.
KC.
I'm
At
taking
Arrowhead.
Chargers all day.
Okay.
Go Chargers. Go.
We might be betting on that.
Yeah,
one
we
for
are.
Sure. All right, Miami at Philly.
I went with Miami. I'm going with the upset.
Philly.
I'm going Miami for sure. All right, and then we got San Fran and Minnesota. Is McCaffrey playing?
He's questionable, but
Okay.
I still, even without him, I'm still putting it up to San Fran.
Niners.
Yeah.
San Fran for sure. And that wraps up the picks here. I do want Aaron to give us a little outro here. I hope you have more than no comment.
I don't think he's got it in him.
He's got it. Don't let me down. There.
All right, y'all. We're going to end on that. Till next time.
We will see you then, and we'll see you another time.
This is the Fantasy Football Journeyman Podcast.
Focus on the podcast. I might have a chance to have a sex life.
okay, we're recording.
Okay.
We're live.
Video.